Hi, it's Lee from ColouringQueen.net, and today I am the happiest woman in the world because the beautiful Fairy Miracles arrived in my post office box this morning, and you couldn't imagine how quickly I ran to get there and get my beautiful Fairy Miracles colouring book. So it has the beautiful artwork that we know so well from Klara. It has gorgeous little coloured elf, I think, here on the back. A little pixie with gold foiling, gold highlights. Lovely navy blue spine with gold foiling. And this beautiful cover art with the sprinkle of gold on it, and it's just like little fairy dust. I cannot tell you how beautiful this book is. Everything that Klara does has so much craftsmanship and beauty to it. It is just so high quality. So I am super excited to get Fairy Miracles for myself, but I'm even more excited because the lovely Klara Markova gave me a copy to give to you as well. So isn't that beautiful? Someone will be able to win a copy of this absolutely gorgeous book. So let's have a look. There's something about Klara's artwork that makes me incredibly emotional. I don't know if it's the same with everyone, so you might even hear me tear up. I certainly teared up when I was in the car park, ripping open the box and looking at the pictures. So we always get a lovely bookmark with Klara's work that we can colour in. On the back are the beautiful books that she has so far created for us. The beautiful magical delights that started for me, then the lovely tenderful enchantments, and now finally the gorgeous fairy miracles. It also comes with this little gift card that's signed from Klara. Lovely little image on it. You could just colour that in and put it on your wall. And this beautiful note. So welcome to my magical world full of miracles. In your hands you are now holding a piece of my heart, and I'm honoured to guide you through my world of pixies, fairies, little flower dragons and kind animals. Each of my books was made with love from the very first beginning of the first sketch to the moment when you open it and imprint a colourful life into all the delightful pictures. Every page is full of stories filled with love, and I'm very happy to share this piece of my world with you. And then we've got this divine cupcake. Wouldn't you like to eat that? With this gorgeous fairy house wrapped up in a bow. And I think, this is what makes Klara's work so incredibly special. Not only is it the craftsmanship, the hardback cover, the gold tooling, the black protective pages, but it's also, you can feel the love in it. It really is just so beautiful. And I am feeling incredibly loved today to have this beautiful book and to have that additional copy that Klara kindly provided for you. Now, on the side, Klara has written happy colouring and signed her name and done a little flower. It's in blue pen, so it might be a little difficult to pick up in the camera. And then we start with this beautiful title page. And just like previously, all her books flow together. There's the berries, the fairy houses. We have a little bit about Klara here. And if you didn't know, Klara is actually a jeweler, and on one of my blog posts I've got a picture of her working on her jewellery, and it is so intricate and so incredibly beautiful, as you could imagine. She does all these beautiful fairy lockets and things like that. They're just divine. So we've got our lovely little mice, and look at our mushrooms and how they're tied up in a little bow. Aren't they adorable? So the main illustration is over here on the right hand side, and this is the way Klara has done all of her books. And then on the left hand side you've got a little image which changes on every page. I don't know how she has energy to do so many little images for us. And you've got some little lines here, so you could write your name and the date of the drawing, or you could write what pencils you used, or you could write what you felt about the picture or what you felt about the result, or just use it as a diary for what you're feeling. Now, the images do go up to the spine, but these books do lay down flat because, as I said, they're really high quality. So the paper is lovely, high quality paper. It's quite thick, it's cream or off-white, and lovely for pencils and whatever you might like to use. Personally, I wouldn't use markers on here, and if you did, I would test it on a very inconspicuous page first, because alcohol markers, I'm sure, would bleed through. In the car park this morning, I started to get a little bit teary, and I think you'll know why if you know me. Fairy bunnies. What could be cuter than bunny rabbits with fairy rings? And seriously, isn't that adorable? And I have a pesky fly that has joined me for this book review, so hopefully he'll go away soon and we can concentrate on all of these gorgeous little animals. So these pictures are, I don't know, I don't like to say it, but I think this is the best book that Klara has produced so far. It is just divine. But saying that, I love them all, but this one has got so many cute little animals in it. It's just fabulous, and that really appeals to me. So we've got our lovely little mouse family, and they're packed up here. And so much detail in all of these images. Klara uses texture in her images by the little small black dots, the pointillism, and just with some fine lines. She tends to use a dull black for her artwork, which makes these look absolutely gorgeous. Now, isn't this adorable? A unicorn with a fairy flying over a little mushroom village. I mean, seriously, does life get any better than that? Well, actually it does. There are so many gorgeous images in this book, it's unbelievable. So we've got this giant gemstone, and that fairy has found the engagement ring, I think. You know, it's bigger than her. I love imagining what these little creatures are up to. Now, when we come to images like this where there's just a few small elements on the page, it means that Klara has produced a double page spread for us. And because she always has such high attention to detail, she avoids the ditch altogether so that we don't have to worry about colouring in that gutter. And look at our fairy over here. She looks a little bit Cinderella-ish, doesn't she? We've got things in the kitchen there. Her artwork is just divine. When my darling, he was with me when I picked up this book, but I wouldn't let him look at the pages until he'd washed his hands. And he's saying that there were two, and he said, "Are you going to keep both of them?" And I said, "No. One is to give away," and he goes, "Oh no, they're too pretty to give away." Definitely will give you guys one, because Klara kindly provided both of these beautiful books. An amazing artist, but incredibly generous to do that. There is something just so whimsical about her work that it just takes you away to another place. Like maybe when you're a kid, there's just such a naive charm to it. And look at all these gorgeous little baby dragons. I mean, baby dragons with lovely little fairy wings. Aren't they sweet? And the little fairies nursing the little baby dragon. And these poppies up here are just divine, aren't they? And look at this little pixie sitting on his mushroom. I don't know how she finds the energy to do so much work on these smaller pictures as well. Like most colouring books just have a standard picture if they're doing that on the reverse image, but she does all of these little different pictures. Now, there's 112 pages in here. As you can see, it's printed double-sided, but only one page is the main focal image. We've got this lovely little mushroom town, or fairy house town, and it's under the sea, so we've got shells and starfish, and they've got crustacean tops on them. And we've got our gorgeous flower that's very reminiscent from the cover of Tenderful Enchantments. It's very similar. Isn't it gorgeous? We've got our dressing table full of beautiful bottles, and that'll be great to colour in with all these bottles and beads. And we've got our lovely mermaid there, so a gorgeous another undersea picture. Our lovely little seahorses and this gorgeous mermaid. And look at that. I mean, seriously. Is she colouring in Tenderful Enchantments? I think she is. Isn't that adorable? And isn't this picture gorgeous of the swan? So I love all of the different flowers that Klara has used. We've got hydrangeas here, we've got poppies, we've got regular daisies, crocus type flowers. Such a huge range. And then we've got our fairy princess here, isn't she lovely? And a little tiny wispy one down below and over here. And over here, it's like Spot the Fairy. And these lovely little ladybirds everywhere. Isn't this gorgeous? They've got a little wreath on the door. So much detail on these pages. So many luscious berries. And look, isn't this gorgeous? It looks like the fluffiest little bunny rabbit. And it's got its own little carrot dangling from the top there. Then we've got the two cats in the handbag. And this is the handle for it. So isn't that gorgeous? You could imagine colouring that maybe in like a pearl look or really whatever you wanted. And you might hear some commentary in the background. That's my little dog having a dream, I think. Maybe he's dreaming he's this one. And he's in a magical forest full of bells and keys and lovely strawberries to eat. So these are just adorable and so much detail on the page. This is going to keep you colouring for a while. And there we've got our lovely little Christmas wreath. Wonder what fairies get up to at Christmas time. Now, how adorable is this? You've got the little doll being painted with a little paint set, and you've got like a little mannequin over here. There's fabric ready to be made into things. We've got our cotton spools. We've got our lovely little potions over here. Our little squirrel, by the looks of it, is cuddled up with its little dolly, and our little girl is curled up with her teddy. And then look at all of these gorgeous little things to colour here. Aren't they adorable? And it's always nice to see some boys in colouring books. We tend to see a lot of girls, but it's always nice to see a little boy in there. And then this is a little nighttime scene. So we've got the candles going, and we've got these gourds that have been made into candle holders. The washing's on the line. Isn't it lovely? And this is one of my favourite pictures. The little carousel made with what looks like gum nuts or some sort of little nut used as a little swing. Maybe an acorn. And we've got our whole candy shop. We could be let loose in there and just eat as much as we want. And maybe if we're feeling healthy, we'll have the berries, but otherwise we just go straight for the cupcakes and all these lollies. And then we've got our apple cider that's got a tap right onto the apple. And we've got our strawberry liqueurs, and isn't this beautiful? And this little elf is so tired he's cuddled up with his strawberries. For his little pixie. We've got our little fairy cooking up dinner and waking up. So isn't it nice to see what fairies get up to during the day, and little elves and pixies? They're making gifts, they're cooking dinner, they're making a gingerbread house for Christmas. And someone is going to get these lovely gems. Aren't they beautiful? And there we have her doing a bit of knitting. He's got his little mushrooms to play with. And look at this tiny little jumpsuit on the line. We've got a gorgeous birdie, and he seems to have the lock that fits all the keys to the kingdom, perhaps. And we're coming up to another double page scene. And we've got our gorgeous little pixie over here. He's got a mushroom flavoured lollipop by the looks of it, and mushroom lanterns. And we can see inside his little bedroom up there. So it truly is a very special world that Klara lives in. And she has got such an imagination for what these little fairies do. And it just takes my breath away. We've got our lovely little hedgehog by the looks of it. I think he's a hedgehog. He's gorgeous. And I think this is what those swings were made of out of the carousel. So I'd say they cut the tops off it in their little fairy factory and made them into little swings. Because that's what fairies do. And then we've got our gorgeous cat and some more beautiful different types of flowers to colour in. And our little foxy. And look at all these little pixies. And they're playing by the little pond there. They've got their old record player that you have to wind the handle. And look at this. We've got Gingerbread Man and those beautiful biscuits, I think. I think they're those beautiful jam biscuits that they have. We've got little trees on the book and little flowers. It's very elaborate. Look at all these little books. It looks like flowers and fruit. A tiny little house down there, maybe for the mice. And a gorgeous wood fire. So much in these books, so much detail, so many different scenes. Got our gorgeous waffle over there, our lovely little bonbons. And look at this cup with all that whipped cream on top. Or it's a cup of beautiful hot chocolate, I think. And look at all the gifts that the fairies are getting. Little gingerbread man, lovely little strawberry pictures, and even a little snowman up there. And there we have a very cute couple. They must have ventured into the woods. And it's a lovely little Christmassy scene there. We've got a sled. We've got lovely little decorations and bows and a lovely little winter scene. Isn't this adorable? When the mouse takes the sled and gingerbread man and cakes, and looks like even the snowman's sledding. And we're coming to the end, quite sadly, but remember you can always escape here in your imagination. So we've got our gorgeous little owl over here, and he's got his little mouse there to help him with the music and his little gifts. And then we've got that decorated gingerbread house by the looks of it. And it looks like they've made it and someone's moved in for Christmas. And look at all these beautiful food. And then we've got the mushrooms, and the lovely colouring pencils and art supplies. Isn't that adorable? I mean, you could just look at these books and just enjoy them. And in case you didn't know, Klara actually has the story that goes with Magical Delights in both English and Czech on her website. And there's a little bit about Klara and how she thinks and, you know, the smell, the things that inspire her to create these beautiful works of art that she generously shares with us. Now at the back, just like in all of Klara's books, there's two little doors here that you can cut out if you can bear to cut the paper and put on the fairy houses so that you can open them up and make your own interactive little doors. And a lovely little page there to finish. So if you wanted to test out your mediums, you could test them out on the bits of white space on this page. And at the front, we finish up with the black protective binding and of course that beautiful hardback cover. So how can you win your own copy of the gorgeous Fairy Miracles? Well, it's quite easy. In the Fairy Miracles colouring book, there's a picture of a gorgeous little dragon, and you might remember seeing him as we flipped through the pages. This little baby dragon is also available for free for people to download from Klara's site, and I'll put the link to that down below. So all you need to do is colour in the gorgeous little dragon and upload it to the Facebook page contests that I've got. and the link to that is below this video. When I get all of the entries, I'm going to put them into a lovely video, put them all up on YouTube, and then I'm going to choose a random winner worldwide to receive this beautiful copy of Fairy Miracles. Now, it doesn't matter how good you are at colouring or what mediums you use or what paper you use. It's just a random winner that'll be selected, and the whole point is just to have fun with this gorgeous little baby dragon and enjoy yourself, enjoy Klara's art, and enjoy showcasing Klara's beautiful pictures. And you could be in the running to win your very own copy of this gorgeous colouring book. Now, I know some people don't like to use Facebook, and that's okay as well. It's just that I can't have pictures sent to me on YouTube, or otherwise I would do it here. But if you don't use Facebook, all you can do is just email me your picture before the end of the contest, and I'll upload it to the Facebook contest thread and add it to the video on your behalf. So that's all you have to do to be in the running to win your very own copy of the gorgeous Fairy Miracles from Klara Markova. Until next time, happy colouring.